So the tools you're going to need for this job are going to be a flathead screwdriver, a Torx bit, specifically the T27, focus, T27 Torx, and a 7mm, or in this case a 9/32 socket to go ahead and remove the bolts that hold in your door panel. I'm using just my DeWalt impact driver and also my impact just to make it a little bit quicker. You can do this with either a screwdriver or a ratchet, whatever your personal preference is. But for me, I just prefer to use power tools. It makes the job a whole lot easier. All right, so I'm gonna jump right into it and show you where all the bolts are. So the reason I said you are gonna use a screwdriver for this is because a couple of the bolts are up underneath these plastic things. So very carefully, we'll just kind of get up under it and just kind of pry that out of there, hopefully. I'll do this off camera, but y'all get the ideas. We'll just kind of put this back in and pry it out like that. And then this bolt's missing, but there's gonna be a 7mm bolt like that one on there, and there's, I think, a couple more underneath. There's, I think, a total of 3 bolts down here. 1, 2, and then 3. There's your light. You all can see 3 there, and then you'll have 2 on this side as well. 1 there, and 1 right there, as well as the Torx screw up underneath that, and then also down there. And to get to those, this one was by the door handle, and this was that larger piece you saw. Then I also forgot to mention that there's gonna be another bolt up underneath where the window switch is. To get that out, you just kind of pry up in the front. I'll show you how to do that really quick. So to get this out, you just kind of get your fingers up underneath the front of it and just kind of lift up, and that comes right off. But this plug will be plugged into it, and I'll go to take it off. But there's that 7mm bolt right there. Okay. So once you have your door panel taken off, I'm turning this light off. You're gonna take out these 11mm nuts right here, all of those, and then your regulator. I already did it off camera, but the regulator will come out through this panel, through this opening here. And this is what the whole thing looks like. If you get the one without the power motor, like I did, this is what it's gonna look like in the box. So we go ahead and install it. You know, the same way I told you how you take it out. It's fairly difficult. It took me probably about 15 minutes just to get this one out. But there's 3 Torx bolts, T27 as well, that hold in the window motor. You take those out and swap the window motor and those 3 bolts over to the new one. And like I said, it'll go in just like normal. And then so this is what it will look like when it's fully done. You'll have the window right there. But yeah, it's pretty much all there is to it. Okay, and so once you have this all put back together and that's back in, you're pretty much all done. You know, I left out that bolt there, but that's okay. Just did it better than factory. So yeah, I'll just go ahead and put all those bolts back in. The one right there, the one at the bottom, you know, the 3 at the bottom, and then the 2 on the sides. I end up putting one in there as well as one up there. And so if you still have these tabs, if it'll focus. Okay. Hello. Focus. Please. Well, it's not gonna focus, hang on. Yeah, so if you still have these plastic tabs, like I said earlier, you'll just kind of press them back up into place like that.